Hi folks, Doyle Dykes here. I want to pay special respects to another friend of mine. I've had a couple of guys that I've known for a long time that just passed away. And this man was a good friend. His name was Sonny Thomas. Sonny was one of my favorite guitar guys. I mean, all the way around. He could play guitar, he could teach you a lesson, he could work on your guitar, and he knew more about what should be the specs of a Fender or a Gibson or a Martin, and or what he'd do whatever you wanted to do to it. And on this particular guitar here, he widened the nut here, or the spacing here on the nut, and the only way he could do that was he refretted it and made the frets come all the way out to the end of the fretboard, because Gibsons were made different than that. And then of course he put a new bridge on it and widened the spacing on that. He put TV Jones pickups in this thing, and so it sounds more like a Gretsch. It's an L4 with a solid top for all you guitar guys out there. He also did something that I wanted him to do. He said, "I'll never do that again," but he did it for me, and it was actually for my dad. I gave this to my dad on his 70th birthday. It's the only guitar that I kept. Only thing I kept from him was this guitar here. And so he actually put binding. He bound the F holes like an L5 or a Super 400. Dad had a Super 400, and he just couldn't play it anymore because he had arthritis. This has a short scale neck on it, but it still has a lot of that sound and feel to it that a Gibson has. And he had a Bigsby here that was made in the States. This is the last one they had made in the United States. And so that was special, you know, to Dad. So give this to him. Yeah. I can still hear Dad. And he loved Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed. And the thing about it, Sonny Thomas also did, and he knew Chet Atkins. Worked on his guitars, worked on Jerry Reed's guitars, worked on Paul Yandel's guitars. A lot of guys that I grew up listening to, well, Sonny Thomas knew these fellas. He knew their music. He could tell you. He even had lessons with Lenny Breau. He knew a whole lot more about music and guitar playing than I do. And what a loss to lose Sonny Thomas, and just a very sudden thing too. But our love and respects and prayers go out to the entire family. Sonny Thomas, what a guy. Thank you so much. I'll never forget this guitar. Sonny, thank you for doing this. What a blessing it was to my dad, and will be to me the rest of my life, and I'll see you in heaven.